Hey everyone, it's time for your Thursday Daily Trucker News Update. I'm Isela.
And I'm Britnee Joyner. We have a lot of news to cover today, including the passing of a Texas bill, the use of CBD for truckers, and are you in one of the top 10 states with the rudest truckers? You'll see coming up.
So let's get trucking.
First, we start with ACT research. The data on driver availability has tightened for the fourth year in a row. The driver availability index for February was 23.6, given March being down 16.7. March freight volumes are picking up after a drop in February because of winter storms. In the coming months, driver availability will continue to see downward pressure due to capacity, demographics, unemployment benefits, and the FMCSA Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse. Another hurdle will be limited Class 8 production and tight vehicle inventories. Both are likely to limit the pace of the recovery this year.
The state of Texas has passed a bill that would make it harder to successfully sue commercial trucking companies. Is now moving forward after a series of postponements on the House floor. According to the Plano Republican Jeff Leach, the legislation would create a fair supporting structure that ensures victims in collusions involving commercial vehicles now can have their day in court, while also protecting commercial motor vehicles operators from excessive lawsuits. Leach believes that with the passage of this bill, we will see commercial vehicle insurance rates fall in the state of Texas. The Keep Texas Trucking Coalition praised the legislation for promoting businesses across the state. More than 550 businesses have supported the written bill.
That's quite the bill.
It is, but let me tell you, insurance fraud with trucking and regular motor vehicles has been a big deal. There has been cases where fraud has been committed.
Right.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Well, here's a very hot topic, CBD. For the past few years, marketers of CBD products have promised to reduce anxiety, improve sleep, and reduce daily joint pain. But many truck drivers worry that if they use CBD products, could their commercial license be put at risk? In 2020, the U.S. Department of Transportation indicated that the use of CBD is safety sensitive for employees who are in the transportation industry, such as pilots, train engineers, and truck drivers. The DOT also reminded those workers that it's not acceptable for employees who are subject to drug testing regulations to consume marijuana. Since the use of CBD products can lead to positive drug tests, those employees should also be very cautious when consuming the use of CBD products. CBD law varies from state to state, and it's recommended that you check in your state on the specifics of use.
Peter Albanese, a trucker out of Pennsylvania, pleaded guilty to wire fraud, Social Security fraud, and making false statements, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation Office of Inspector General. According to the indictment, Albanese, he collected more than $80,000 in Social Security disability benefits while not disclosing his work income as a truck driver. He also used a false medical examiner certificate during a roadside inspection to hide the fact that he was not certified as required by the FMCSA regulations. The investigation is still ongoing with assistance from the FMCSA. He's brave, let me tell you.
To do that.
Imagine if he is doing all that for one, and all for the money.
Money.
They get greedy, or what is it? And then the safety while being on the road, you hurt someone.
Yes.
Or I don't know.
I don't know either. That's scary.
People these days.
I know. Well, Navistar is recalling certain LT and RH Class 8 trucks in the years 2018 to 2020 for the second time due to a conductor rod defect. The truck maker recalled nearly 5,000 trucks in the U.S. and in Canada. 3 on-road engine failures have been identified and were related to the bushing material in the small end bore or the wrist pin of the connecting rod. The connecting rod may develop cracks over time or lose chunks of bushing material. In some cases, connecting rod failure can result in engine shutdown, causing the driver to pull the truck over to the side of the road, increasing the risk of a stalled vehicle crash. No crashes or injuries have been reported, but Navistar expects to alert customers and international dealers to the new recall around July 8th. That recall number is 21V-281.
Rude truckers? Didn't know there was such a thing. But according to InsureFi, an insurance comparison site used data from more than 4 million car insurance applications to compile a list of the top 10 states with the rudest driving behavior. 8 out of the 10 states that ranked in 2020 kept their precisions in 2021. And believe it or not, but Virginia held the top spot for the second year in a row. With 43 infractions out of 1,000, Virginia was 41% higher than the national average. The most polite state was Kentucky. 8 out of the top 10 indicated the most common rude violation is a failure to stop at a stop sign. So like I mentioned before, Virginia is at the top of the list, followed by Delaware, Idaho, Georgia, Wyoming, Ohio, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Iowa, and lastly, Alaska placing 10. That is a lot of states, I would think.
It's a lot of states.
You don't think, of course we have 50, but you wouldn't think there's really such a thing with truck drivers.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't believe it. I think that they just made that list up just to catch attention.
Are you a rude driver?
No.
I don't know.
You're not. We know you're not.
Well, we hope you're not, but well, that does it for today's update.
Tune in tomorrow for all the trucking news you need.